Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian Kingsberry. Today I think we're going to do a little something different. Today we're going to predict UFC 308. So I'm going to take a look at the main card and we're going to see who's fighting who, and I'm going to make my picks and see how I do this weekend. Thought it'd be a fun little departure from my usual content. I do run a reselling channel, but we can check out the UFC 308. It's going to be a good one. Let's take a look. So the first question we want to know is, where will the UFC 308 be? There you see it at Etihad Arena. It's going to be in Etihad Arena. The event is due to take place Saturday, the 26th of October in Etihad Arena in Abu Dhabi. So that's where it's going to be. So obviously there's a lot of money out there in the United Arab Emirates, and they host a lot of fights out there. A lot of the fighters come from Kazakhstan and they fight out there. It's a little bit of a shorter commute, I think, and the sheiks like having them out there and fight during this time of year. So there was a nice heavyweight fight on the card that unfortunately got canceled. So let's take a look. So they had heavyweight Cyril Gane with a record of 12-2. He was slated to go up against Alexander Volkov with a record of 38-10, but unfortunately that one got canceled. So with that heavyweight bout off of the card, let's take a look at the next one on the list. So the next one on the list is undefeated fighter Sharapudin Magomedov at 14-0. He is taking on Armen Petrosyan at 9-3. So Magomedov versus Petrosyan. So I've seen a lot of footage of Magomedov online. He's all over the place these days, and I think his undefeated record, he's putting it up against Armen Petrosyan 9-3. So I think I'm definitely going to have to pick Magomedov to win that one. So next fight on the card is a featherweight bout. They're taking Laron Murphy, who's 14-0-1. He's facing Dan Ige, 18-8. Of course, Ige just took that short notice fight and he lost. He lost in Vegas recently, but he was rewarded with this one. A nice featherweight bout over there in Abu Dhabi. So although I'd love to root for Ige, he did take that short notice fight against Lopez. But he lost that one. It was a kind of a spirited fight, and he came alive in that third round, almost pulled it out. But Diego Lopez ended up winning that one. So I think I'm probably still going to go with Laron Murphy. He's 14-0-1. So it looks like Murphy is coming off of a decision win over Edson Barbosa, winning fight of the night. So I think he's going to have momentum, and I think he's going to have enough to get beat Ige. So that's my pick for that one. All right, next on the card is a lightweight bout between Magomed Ankalaev, who is 19-1-1. And of course, he'll be taking on Alexander Rakic, and he is 14-4. So of course Ankalaev is probably next in line for that light heavyweight title, and he's coming off of a win over Johnny Walker. Before that, he fought to that draw against Jan Blachowicz, but they say if he wins, he's probably going to be next for Poatan, and that's probably why I'll probably pick him, of course. It just seems, Alexander Rakic is tough, and he's been in some good battles, but coming off of 2 losses, one to Jan Blachowicz and one to Yuri Prohaska, I think he's just got momentum on the other fighter has momentum on his side. Yeah, I think Ankalaev is definitely going to have too much wrestling for him. He's going to take him down. I think he's going to end it pretty quick. I'm predicting a first round knockout. Now this next one is an interesting one. It's the middleweight co-main event between Robert Whittaker with a 27-7 record. And of course, he's going to be facing Khamzat Chimaev with the undefeated record of 13-0. And this is going to be a tough one to pick. We said that last one is probably a first round KO. It wouldn't surprise me if this one is as well. If Whittaker is able to get out of that first round, I think he's definitely got a chance to win. So of course we haven't seen Chimaev in quite some time. He's been battling through some illness, and he seems to have a hard time of making it to the cage. And Whittaker always steps up. He's never having trouble getting into the cage and fighting those battles. I think he's been tested more, and I think he's definitely the one that I'm going to pick to win this one. I'd like to see him take that 0, take it away from Chimaev, and get another shot at that title. I think if Whitaker wins this one, he's definitely going to have a shot at it. So now that we have our prediction for the co-main, it brings us to that main card of the night. Of course, it's going to be between Max Holloway and the champion Ilia Topuria. So Holloway is sitting with a record of 26-7. He's coming off of that big BMF title win over Justin Gaethje. He's got that bad mother shut your mouth title over Justin Gaethje, and he's bringing that into this fight with the champion, the featherweight title champion, Ilia Topuria. Of course, Topuria is another one of those fighters who had that undefeated record, 15-0. He's coming off of that win over Alexander Volkanovski to win the title. Of course, Volkanovski took that fight on short notice and stepped in there and tried to win it, and he unfortunately lost the title. Before that, he beat Josh Emmett and Bryce Mitchell, and both of those, I believe, were one by decision and one by submission, an arm triangle choke against Bryce Mitchell. So he's been on quite a streak, as you can see, still undefeated, 15 wins, and he's got 15 wins and 5 by knockout, 8 by submission, and 2 by decision. So he's definitely a knockout artist with those 5 wins by knockout. In fact, if you look at his record here, it looks like 4 of his last 6 have been by KO. He obviously KO'd Volkanovski to win the title. And before that, Jai Herbert, he got a KO, Ryan Hall, and Damon Jackson, all knockouts. So he's quite a prolific knockout artist. He throws with bad intentions, and Holloway's definitely going to have to be elusive if he wants to get through this one. I think if he's going to win it, it's going to have to be in those later rounds. He's going to have to put a lot of pressure on him and kind of wear him down. Again, same type of deal as with Chimaev. If he gets out of that first round, he gets through those first couple rounds and takes it into deep water, then I think he's going to have a better chance of winning. And that's usually when Holloway does his best work, in the later rounds. So I've been watching Topuria. I've been watching all his media coverage, see him go all over the place, celebrate his big title, and also just been watching Holloway, and it seems like I would just want to root for Holloway to win this one. He's got that BMF title, and he earned this spot, another chance at the title, and I think he might be able to get it done. Again, if he makes it through those first 2 rounds, I think Holloway's fight IQ is going to be too much for Topuria. He's going to put it on him in those later rounds, and that's when he's going to really win on the scorecard. So of course, the last win for Holloway was that BMF title where he pointed to the ground and got that knockout over Justin Gaethje in the last second, and it wouldn't surprise me if it comes down to that yet again. Can you imagine that, Holloway and Topuria swinging for the fences in that last 10 seconds to determine who's going to win the title? I think it could be quite a fight, and it would be interesting to see if it comes down to that. So there has been rumor that Topuria mentioned to Holloway to point at the ground in the first round and just start from swinging for the fences, but I doubt that's actually going to happen. Holloway not much of a wrestler, and Topuria known for his ground game. I think he's going to be able to take Holloway down. I think it's going to happen, and Holloway's going to have to count on being able to get back up and making it into those later rounds. So again, if he takes him to deep waters, gets out of those first 2 rounds, I think Holloway's got a real shot at winning this one. And of course, Holloway with that great personality and that Hawaiian spirit behind him, it's difficult not to cheer for him. You see all the media coverage of him, and he's so great in interviews. You see the 2 of them talking back and forth with each other, and Topuria just comes off a little bit cringy, a little bit egotistical, and he's not really the champion that I want to see in that division. I'd much rather see Holloway get the win and be back on top with that belt. So there you have it. Just to recap, we got Ilia Topuria and Max Holloway. My pick is Max Holloway. In the co-main, we got Robert Whitaker and Khamzat Chimaev, and my pick for that one was Robert Whitaker. In that light heavyweight bout, we got Magomed Ankalaev versus Alexander Rakic, and I am picking Magomed Ankalaev. In the featherweight bout, we got Laron Murphy versus Dan Ige, and my pick is Laron Murphy. And finally, in that middleweight bout, we got Sharapudin Magomedov versus Armen Petrosyan, and my pick is for Sharapudin Magomedov to remain undefeated. So bonus pick, if that heavyweight bout would have gone off between Cyril Gane and Alexander Volkov, I think Volkov might have picked that one up. I think he might have had enough to win that one. Cyril Gane seems to be 1 foot out the door. He's doing movies and he's not really focused on fighting as much anymore. And I think Alexander Volkov has been on a run. He's been fighting pretty well lately, and I think he's going to be doing some good things real soon. Alright, so there you have it. That's my breakdown of UFC 308. We'll have to wait and see how things go this weekend. The big fight this weekend, so we'll have to watch that one and see the results of that on Saturday and see how many of those fights I got correct. Put in the comments, who do you guys think is going to win? Who do you think is going to win at least the main card and the co-main? Put that in the comment section. Are you picking Holloway? Are you picking Topuria? Or in that co-main, do you think Whitaker is going to take it to the later rounds and get it done? Or you think Chimaev is going to get him knocked out in the first round? It seems like he comes fast and furious, and it wouldn't surprise me if he gets him in that first round. But I think if he makes it past that first round, it's definitely going to be his fight to win. So go ahead and put that in the comment section. Let me know who you think is going to win those 2 bouts. I'd be interested to hear that. Maybe we can talk back and forth a little. Get to know each other in the comment section. Again, I do have a reselling channel. If you're interested in watching my daily vlog, they come out every morning. My name is Brian Kingsberry. The vlog's called The Day in the Life of a Reseller Vlog. So there's always something fun and fresh to watch on my channel. So go ahead and hit that subscription button, ring that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.